What's up, you guys? I'm back today and we are doing another top 10 because I haven't done a top 10 in forever. So, the brand split. We've had this for a few months now and some people have been doing amazing. Guys like Heath Slater and Dolph Ziggler. And then some guys have just kind of flopped or they haven't been doing anything with. So these are the top 10 people I think should be traded from Raw to SmackDown or SmackDown to Raw. Number 10 is Apollo Crews to Raw. Apollo's not been doing bad, but he hasn't been on the show at all. I feel like sending him to Raw would give him a fresh start, maybe get in the US title contention, but yeah, Apollo's not very any specific reasons other than he needs a new start. He's not doing anything on SmackDown. He's a great athlete, pretty good on the mic. Maybe if they give him a solid manager, things would be a lot better for him. Number 9 is Braun Strowman to SmackDown to reunite the Wyatt family. I don't like Strowman on his own personally. I don't think he's very charismatic, and he's not the greatest wrestler. I feel like he was better with Bray Wyatt. So I think if we send him to SmackDown, reunite him with the Wyatt family, maybe it doesn't work and they separate, but you never know. And number 8 is The Miz to Raw. Miz has been white hot since the brand split. He has been so awesome. But I feel like the tension between him and Bryan is going to lead to him getting sent to Raw. I feel like this is the most likely out of the trades on this list. And Miz has been just so good that it would make sense to put him on the flagship show to give him a chance. I could definitely see him in the main event scene on Raw. And number 7 is Kalisto to Raw. He's an amazing cruiserweight. Why isn't he in the cruiserweight division? We could have great matches like Kalisto in the cruiserweight division. Why didn't this happen? Maybe they thought he was good enough on his own, I guess, but he hasn't really been that good. Yeah, he was injured for a while. And maybe I'm wrong about this one, but you never know. Number 6 is Dean Ambrose to Raw for the pure reason to have the Shield back on the same brand. So maybe we can get that reunion. They've been really teasing Seth and Roman getting back together. Maybe something happens at Survivor Series. I was thinking about doing how WWE should book the Club versus the Shield at Survivor Series. Maybe part of Survivor Series weekend. So that could be a thing if the interest is there. Number 5 is Neville to SmackDown. Neville's not in the Cruiserweight division. Why? I don't know. But he definitely has the potential to be a main eventer. They just need to give him a fresh start on SmackDown. I'd love to see him go up against guys like AJ Styles, and he could definitely be in the Intercontinental title picture. Maybe even WWE World title picture if they booked it right. But I think Neville is incredibly underutilized, should be a main eventer. Just look at his NXT run. It was so solid, but then they gave him a purple cape and just buried him. And next, number 3 is Gallows and Anderson over to SmackDown. Let's admit it, Gallows and Anderson came to WWE, it looked really strong, and then they kind of flopped, and then they went with AJ Styles and looked really good, and then they got split up in the brand split. Apparently because Vince didn't want to split up the New Day, so he split up the club instead to make it feel like a more legitimate draft. Which was a stupid decision. The club has been doing terrible on Raw by themselves. The awful feud with the New Day, the old day gimmick, segment, but that was just absolutely terrible. Terrible. They need to give Gallows and Anderson a fresh start, and what a better way than to put them back with AJ Styles, get the whole beat up John Cena thing going again or something, beat up Dean Ambrose, I don't care. They need to be back with AJ, their leader, to find their footing again, and they'd be a good fit on SmackDown, I think. Number 2 is Sami Zayn to SmackDown. Sami Zayn has been even more underutilized since the brand split, and he could definitely use a fresh start. He's facing Dolph at Survivor Series for the IC title. I honestly hope he wins and gets traded over to SmackDown. I'd love to see that. Sami's been so underutilized in WWE. It drives me nuts. I like to rant about how underutilized Sami is. He's got the pure talent, the wrestling ability. Look at all the matches of the year he's had this year. I mean, there was the ladder match at Mania, Shinsuke Nakamura, the Fatal 4-Way for the IC title. multiple matches with Kevin Owens, but no, he's still on the pre-show, teaming up with Neville to take on the Dudley Boys at SummerSlam, and then Kevin Owens is on the main show, even though he beat Kevin Owens like a month or two before. Why? I don't know. Maybe WWE just does not like Sami Zayn or something. I don't know how that's possible, but they've booked him terribly. Terribly. And number 1 is my favorite wrestler, Cesaro, to SmackDown. Everyone thought Cesaro was going to SmackDown, let's be honest here. Even he did. If you didn't know, the draft was a complete shoot, so the wrestlers did not know where they were going. And if you haven't seen it, look it up. Cesaro just cut this promo on why he wanted to go to SmackDown more, because he wants it to be about the wrestling. And like he may speak not that well in English, but he speaks the international language, wrestling. And like he wants to prove how he's better. I could really see him being a main eventer on SmackDown, more likely than Raw. Why is he teaming up with Sheamus? I don't know. I think that's just slowing him down, to be honest. But they need to bring Cesaro to SmackDown, have him compete with guys like AJ Styles, which would be a dream match, especially for me. But definitely bring Cesaro over to SmackDown Live. Those are my top people who should be traded. Why don't you comment down below who you think should swap brands in WWE. And please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe. We will see you guys in the next video.